Hi, welcome back to Tone with Harveen. Today we'll be doing a full body Pilates mat routine. The only equipment you need for today would be 2 light weights. I'm using 2 3-pound weights. That's optional. If you'd like, instead of using weights, you can just use a fist as you go throughout each of the workouts, just to help mimic a light shape and encouraging your stamina throughout. So we're going to start in a tabletop position, and we're going to get a slight warm up with some cat-cow movements before we move throughout the workout. So we'll get into a flat tabletop position, and as you breathe in, bring your chest up and your stomach down, your belly button down, arcing upwards. And as you breathe out, lifting your belly button into your spine, creating a round. Chest can come inwards, facing your hips or your knees, just to help get you that round. And as you breathe in, going back into cow, and breathe out, curving your spine. Let's go for a few more. And breathe out. Go at a speed that works for you. I like to just go as slow as I can, letting your movement move as you breathe in and out, so your lungs can help dictate how you can move throughout the workout. And we'll do 3 more after this. Two more. And this is your last one. And we'll come into tabletop. We're going to do some leg lifts here with the opposite arm. So lift your right leg up into a donkey kick and coming back down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, come back down. Your feet can be pointed or flat, whatever works for you. Hips are staying aligned and parallel with the floor, parallel with each other. And coming back down. So now when we do our lift, we're going to lift with our left arm up. As high as you can, not past your shoulders, but in alignment with your shoulders. If you can't go all the way, just as high as you can, and coming back down. Remember, inhaling as you lift, and exhale as you come back down. Use your core for stability. You don't want to be shaking around. And we'll do 3 more on this side. Okay, back to tabletop. Let's switch sides. So we'll do a few donkey kicks with our left leg. Inhaling, lift. And exhale, come back down. Okay, let's add the arm. So this time your left leg is lifting and your right arm is extending up. Remember using your core for stability. You'll really be engaging your glutes. Taking deep breaths in and out, and the pace of your breath should help with how you should be moving throughout. So by the time you're done, your breath outwards is when you've come back to center. And we'll go for 3 more. And this is the last one. So now when we're going into this next one, we're in tabletop, arms straight out, no bend. We're gonna lift our left leg straight out and up, aligned with the rest of our body, and we're going to dip. Elbows coming down to the floor, coming back up, and that's when your leg can come back down. Inhaling, lifting your leg straight out, coming down for a bow. Our back is straight. Once you've come up, then you can bring your leg back in. I'll be inhaling, bringing my leg up. Exhaling, coming down. Inhaling, coming up. And exhale, bringing my leg back down. And you've got 3 more here. And last one. Come back into tabletop. Just go on weight from one knee to the other before we switch sides and continue the same workout with our left leg. Left leg is up, extended, coming down to bow. Lifting back and bringing your leg back to center. Inhaling. Exhaling to bow, inhaling to come back up, and exhaling, bringing your leg back in. Remember to keep your back straight. Remember to keep your hips aligned. And we'll go for 3 more. This is your last one. And come into tabletop. Curl your toes underneath, bending almost into a child's pose. Legs are shoulder width distance apart. Coming up into a downward dog. Give your knees a little bend, helping us get into a deeper stretch here. Walk back into the mat if you need to get an extra bit of space between your hands and your feet. And we're going to lift our right leg, coming down, opposite elbow, and coming back up into a downward dog. Inhaling as we bring the left knee to the right elbow, and exhaling to come back up. And keep going through the opposite knee to elbow. Moving with your breath to help keep your pace. I know the arms are getting tired. Just a few more on each side. Let's go for 3 more on each side. And 2 more. And last one. Come to your downward dog. You should feel a bit of a deeper stretch now. Coming forward and back into tabletop. Give your arms a little break because we're cover one more workout in our tabletop position. Give your hands and your wrists a little twirl on each side. Still slowly breathing in and out. And when you're ready, coming back into tabletop. Toes curled under. And we're going to lift and point your knees to the outwards edges of the mat, coming back down to center and back down to tabletop. Taking a deep breath in, lift, hover, point the knees outwards, coming back in to center and coming back down. Lift, outwards, back to center, and coming back down. Remember to keep your back flat. And come back down. Deep breath in. And breathing out slowly as you come back down. Let's do 3 more. This will be 3. 2. And 1. Walk over to crawl over to the center of the mat. We're going to go into a few arm workouts now. So here's where you can grab your 2 weights. You'll be on your knees, hip width distance apart, palms facing to the back. If you're doing a fist, just your fingertips towards the back, in the same direction as your toes. Let's do a lift with your arms straight out, parallel with the ground, and coming back down. You're inhaling to lift and exhaling to come back down. Once you've got that movement down pat, we're going to add our legs and abs. So as you inhale, coming back at about a 45-degree angle on the knees, and as you're coming back to your center position, which is like this, you're going to be lifting yourself back up. You want the movement to flow with one another, so as we inhale, coming back, exhale, coming back to center. Exhale, move back, arms lifted, and exhaling as you come back up. Inhale, lift, exhale, coming back up. Toes can be curled or flat, whatever works for you, and whatever feels most comfortable. We're on arms for a bit here, so we're not going to do too many more. We'll do 5 more here. And our last one. Come into center, sit down on your feet. You can put the weights down. Just move your arms around you, however feels best for you, just to loosen what we've just done here. Grabbing your weights, coming back into the same position. This time, arms will go out into a T position. And we're gonna flip palms upward, arms coming out in front of you. Weights should be touching if you have the weights. And as you come back out, palms facing up, flip your palms downwards. And as you come sit down, you're gonna get your weights to touch behind you. You're seated all the way down. As you're lifting, arms are coming back up to the sides, palms are down, flipping palms upwards and coming out in front of you. Back to the sides, swapping the palms, coming back down to meet behind you. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, flip, exhale. As you're moving throughout, just flip your inhales and exhales to help your pace between the movements. We'll do 3 more. Three to the back, so this will be 3. the weights down. Give your arms a little break. Loosen them up. We're almost done with arms and shoulders. Coming back into the same position on our knees. Palms can face forward. As you come down this time, big circle upwards. Arms will come up above. Weights are going to touch. You're seated. And exhale, lifting back up. Inhale, slowly come on down, sit down, weights are touching, and exhale, coming back up. Should definitely be feeling it in your shoulders. We're almost done. And we'll give our arms and shoulders a rest. Let's go for 3 more. And last one. You can put the weights to the side. Come into a seated position. Legs out in front of you. And we're going to make our way onto our back. Back is flat on the ground, on the mat. Palms on the mat next to you. Legs will come up at a 90-degree bend. Let's give the ankles a little stretch there. Toes up and down, opposite ones. Make sure your back is flat. Whenever you're ready, we're going to do some leg extensions up and outwards. So your left leg is going to go out into an extension. Your right leg is going to go straight up as you can. And coming back into center. Left leg is going to go for the extension. Right leg is going to go straight up. And coming back into center. And let's go for a switch. No worries if you can't get your leg or legs completely straight. Through this workout, we're engaging our core here, working on some stamina. Feet can be pointed or straight. Remembering to take a deep breath in and out, using the breath to control your pace. And we'll do 3 more. 2 and 1. Coming back into center, legs can come down. We're going to do a few bridge variations now. So, palms are next to your sides, next to your hips, and as we breathe in, let's lift our hips off the ground, flat back here as much as you can. You're hovering a few inches off the ground. Feet are hip width distance apart as you're at the top, squeezing your glutes. Let's stay there, and we're going to go onto our toes. And now, if this is all you can do, Let's go for some bridges in this position. So you're just going to go up and down. I'm going to go ahead and try to hold this pose while we do a leg extension. So with your right leg, it's going to go straight out. Knees are going to stay aligned with one another. And we're coming back here. Inhaling, extending, exhaling, coming back onto our toes, keeping your back off the ground. Still, hips are lifted, trying to stay in the same position. Remember, your knees and thighs are going to be in the same spot, aligned with one another, parallel as you do an extension on each leg. Using your breath to help control your pace. Remember to stay lifted. Totally guilty of letting the hips dip. Keeping your hips lifted will definitely require engagement from your core. Keeping your glutes flexed. Just a few more on each side. We'll go for 3. 2. And last one. Coming back here, the hips are still lifted, bringing your toes down and your hips onto the ground. Okay, we're going to go back into our bridge pose now. And this time, we're going to go back onto our toes. And you're going to dip, come back up, as high as you can, higher than you were before, squeezing your glutes as you get to the top, coming back down, hovering just a few inches, and lift, and come back down. And now when you come up, let's freeze. Point the knees outwards, keeping yourself lifted and coming back to a hip width distance stance and extending the knees outwards and back in on your toes, keeping your back straight. Glutes are flexed. Just a few more. You should start feeling it on your outer glutes here. And we'll go for 3, 2, and last one. Coming into center, heels can come onto the ground, and hips can come back down as well. I definitely started to feel that in my calves there. Let's lift your arms up over your head, lifting your right leg up. And as your leg comes down, arms will come up, shoulders will lift off the ground. Your arms and legs are moving in unison together. Exhaling, coming up. Inhaling, arms are overhead, legs extended. Feet can be flat or pointed. As you're lifting, make sure not to dome your abs. Notice my spine is flat on the ground. There's no gap here. Engaging your core as you're coming up. Your foot is not touching the ground as it goes to the extension. It's just hovering a few inches off. That's where you will feel it in your lower abs. And we're doing 5 more here. Shoulder blades are up off the ground. Three more. And last one. Arms are overhead. Leg can come down. Let's switch legs. Your left leg is now extended up above. Taking a deep breath in. Breathing out. Leg goes out in front of you for an extension. Arms are at your sides. And coming back up. And 5 more. Three, 2, and last one. Arms up above, leg comes to center, bending the leg, bringing it down, feet are flat on the ground. Arms can come up next to you. Slowly engaging your core to lift yourself up into a seated position. So taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's begin to lift. One vertebrae at a time, almost. Easier said than done. We're going to go into a V-sit now with our leg extensions. That was just getting us warmed up. So we're going to engage all of our core here. So getting into a V-sit, so you're kind of balancing on your tailbone here. Legs will come up into a 90-degree bend. Arms are going to be out in front of you. And extend your right leg and coming back up. Left leg extension and coming back up. Arms are out in front of you, almost to the aligned with your shoulders, let's say. If you need to, you can bend your upper body back a little as you go for an extension for a bit of an added stretch, or you can remain in the same position. Using your breath to help with your pace. We won't be here very long because we just did a lot of leg extensions. Let's do 3 more on each side. And our last one. Legs can come down, feet on the mat. And we'll be laying on our back. Let's bring our right leg into our chest. We're going to go into a cool down now. Your left leg can be bent or can be straight out, bringing your knee into your chest, moving it side to side a little, getting a little sway on your lower back, I guess is the best way to describe it. Bring your leg back down. Let's bring your left leg in for the similar stretch. Your right leg foot can be flat or extended out in front. Squeezing into your chest, feeling it in your upper thighs, or in your thighs, sorry. Moving side to side, on your lower back. And let's bring both legs in. Should be easier to make little circles now with your lower back. Squeezing your legs and knees into your chest as you get to the top. And one final squeeze. Let's roll up into a seated position now. Right leg can come flat. Right arm on the outside, or right elbow on the outside of your left leg. Let's go for a spinal twist here. And let's switch sides. Left leg is flat, right leg bent over your left. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. And coming back to center, let's sit with our legs crossed. Bringing your right arm over top of your head, pulling on your elbow with your left arm, getting that stretch in. You should feel it in your triceps. Let's bring that same arm across our chest, pulling in with our other arm. Feeling it on the outer arm. And letting go. Let's switch sides. So bending our left arm over our head. And left arm across our chest. Taking a deep breath throughout this cool down, bringing down your heart rate, clearing your mind. So this cool down allowed us to stretch our thighs, our hips, things that we worked out today, a bit of our abs, our back, and our arms. Take a deep breath in, reach up above, exhaling as you come down to bringing your hands out in front of you, in front of your chest. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick full body Pilates routine, using a little bit of our abs, focusing on our arms, our thighs, our hips, getting some movement in for the day. Please let me know in the comments what you'd like to see more of for next time. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for joining me for this workout today.